Testing one, two. Testing, testing, testing one, two. Testing, testing. All right, we'll be starting the show in just a few minutes. Just let you know about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at. Welcome back to A Journey Through My Brain. I am your host, Paul Wurtzman. And, you know, I was just to give you some background here. I put it in the chat. I was going to be on LinkedIn Live, for the first time. Try to get that platform up and working. I think there's a lot of value to bringing this content to LinkedIn because there's a lot of people, a lot of businesses, people out there, a lot of people that I think can utilize some of the information that I'm putting out here. So, unfortunately, LinkedIn Live does not have the capabilities at the moment that I've been able to find, and I've been on tech support with them throughout the last couple hours to try to get this resolved, and they do not have a way for me to link to my software as of right now. So, sorry, LinkedIn. Really want to get on your platform. Would love to have that little bit of a link. They do go to some of the other streaming software, just not the really good one that I own. So we're going to try again in the very near future because I would really love to be on LinkedIn Live with this show, especially with a lot of the content we're talking about lately, especially when it comes down to OpenAI, AI in general, and what we can do with it, not just for the artistic side, but for your business. How can we enhance your business using AI? And I'm going to show you some examples here. And I have been, over the last couple of weeks, really been trying to refine my prompts. So I've started out with 1-2 sentence prompts, and now I'm expanding and getting pretty detailed. I'm going to show you some examples of how detailed we are starting to get. Now, if you remember back, we did start with pictures. So we did. Let me jump over to my correct screen here, and we're going to fade in here. Let's just put me in the bottom corner down here, and so we started out with pictures, creating some beautiful pictures. And we're just going to go right up to, there we go, get that resized. So we've created some steampunk pictures, got that world going, learning how to create prompts to get what we want. Now, one of the biggest things, the drawbacks of what I've got available right now is inconsistency with creating people and your images. So I can't take this little young lady here and recreate her into a whole different scene because her whole structure is going to change. She won't be the same person. But you know what? I can overlook that right now, and that probably will be taken care of in the future where things like that will just be standard. And I'm only using one platform. I understand there are other AI services that do allow for a lot of the consistency, so you can put the same character in multiple scenes and different things like that, recreate scenes, and have a lot of structure that way. So we did create some wonderful images using this is through Dolly. That's kind of goes through ChatGPT 4. I have that GPT 4. I do have a subscription to that, so I have created a lot of pictures over time here. Start out in the steampunk world, just kind of see where we're going to go. Once I put my glasses on, we can get moving on this. So I did try to create some logos, and I was like, okay, some of these are okay. Some they do have a lot of spelling errors in some of them. I do like this one, and I actually did select this one as my company logo for my photography side of the business because, yes, it did have my name actually spelled right and photography spelled right. But you just start looking at some of this, it's really sloppy. It's just not where we need to be for professional business logo. So, but I thought this was very classic. It gave me a very good classic image of where I want my business to look like. Did have the ability to create some cards. So if I want to create a thank you card, right here is a great start to that. And I did start creating a story. This is Elizabeth and one of the characters in my story, and I will be expanding that story out a little bit to um, maybe even a book. Who knows? We'll see where we go from there. So Elizabeth is on a train, so you can tell Elizabeth's hair is different, and maybe the face has some similarities, but it's a little different. But I like these scenes. These are all AI generated scenes, and they are wonderful. I like the connection, the interaction between the old lady and Elizabeth. Um, Tried a few other scenes. Let's see, where we go. I did create some just uh, was looking at logos and different things for my journey through my brain, and I chose this. I tried a couple of these images, all AI generated, so I've started to refine the prompts and get them going. Um, a couple other great images here. Now, see, she didn't turn out so well. Like the room, just not the picture as well. Did work with some product shots, so I was looking, okay, let's try some shoes. They're easy, something I could set on a table here even and do some great photography with. In fact, I'll be hopefully demonstrating some of that photography in the near future also. But I can create product photography here, or product images here, and so I was looking at shoes and different things you can do just for like some still life products. I did have image created. I wanted to see how well if we could do that, maybe a headshot. Created a headshot of this young lady here, and another headshot here. So there's a few things, and then I moved into the superhero realm, and we got a couple images of this lady as a superhero. So, all in all, I think it's coming along good. We're, as I said, getting really good at the prompts and really getting the pictures we're looking for. I did create, I said on this one, I wanted to create a photorealistic image of even an 8K image of a young woman in her mid-20s, wavy black hair, and playfully hanging down in the middle of her back. She's wearing a maxi dress that has the appearance and the coloring of a monarch butterfly. She's dancing in a grassy meadow. So it did create these images. And this fabulous color, wonderful dresses, and kind of nice, really nice pose. Wanted a little bit more from that, create some more images. So we created a few more images. Really like this, just nice, serene, reading a book. Sun's kind of setting more like towards golden hour here. Nice butterfly dress. So, that got me thinking, what else can we do with OpenAI and ChatGPT? I mean, if you sit down and look at the capabilities, all the different AI features that are included with the subscription to ChatGPT, there's a lot of stuff here. With Dolly, we've got writing, we've got different, that was trending, productivity capabilities, research, programming, education, some lifestyle stuff. So, you know what? I was like, okay, let's go to the programming. I've been studying HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python. And I'm like, yeah, let's see how good we can get with programming using AI. So just creating prompts, we're going to create something here. So I decided, let's create a website. And as soon as my let me see, I might have to refresh this page here real quick. Come on, don't give up on me. So we go back to the top here. All right, where's my... I said create a website for Paul Wurtenen Photography. The page should be the home page. The page should consist of a header, right sidebar, body, and footer. The right sidebar, there should be a menu with a title labeled home. Use H1 for size. Create a list below the title, about me, portfolio, blog, and contact me. And when selected, each item in the list should put the information that they are linked to into the body section of the page. So Python came back and said they were going to create. It was going to create that. The approach, which is shown here, its approach in HTML. This guy figured it needed to create an HTML page to find the structure with the header, right sidebar, body section, and footer. The CSS style, the layout, the position, the sidebar, the header, footer, and body content appropriately use Flex or Grid for layout. And then a JavaScript. Implement event listeners for the menu items. Click, update the body section with content associated with each item. Now, boom, it put out the actual content that I was looking for. About me, portfolio, blog, contact me. That was the HTML document right here. Go down to CSS styling. Here's your styling page. And then finally the third page, the JavaScript page. They have a link, ability to copy the code here, so it just copies all the code. And it didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it. And so, I figured, okay, we'll just tweak it a little bit. So I put it into Notepad and created my website. Ran it in the browser. I said, okay, we need to add something to it. So when I select each item in the sidebar list, the body should clear the previous content and insert the new content in the body of the web page. So it did that. It created about me. It redid the JavaScript and gave me some JavaScript to put into my page. I inserted all that in, and I said, well, you know what, the sidebar is taking up too much space on my window. I said, the sidebar should only take up a quarter of the screen on desktops, and should be tabs located under the header on smart devices. So, the screen size shrinks. We want it to be optimized. So, it kind of gave me some more CSS to optimize for different scenarios. Wanted the background color to black and the text color to white. It changed it here, and every time it changes something in the coding, it adds it to the coding and prints out the whole entire coding again. So it doesn't just give you the section and you have to guess where to put it. It reprints the entire code with all the inserts properly into it. Say, okay, you know what, the sidebar is a little bit too wide, so I want the sidebar only a fifth of the desktop. Create a location in the HTML for me to input information for each item listed in the items of the sidebar. So it recreated the HTML, the CSS, the JavaScript to allow me to do that. So, long story short, it gave me what I needed to create a web page. And so here is my web page. Now, yes, it is crude yet, and there's still more refining. I did do a significant amount of work on this, but I did not code a single thing that you are seeing here on this web page. And yes, this is live on the internet right now. You can go to it right now, wurtenen.com, and view it. Now I need to, my home page is a little bit wonky, so if I just, let me reload this real quick. See, so here's my home page. I need to get some code put in there. Say, okay, on the home page, let me put an image or something like that. My logo, a little bit of something more about me, about my business. But I'll get that programmed. So I'm gonna type it into ChatGPT, and we're going to work on that over time here. But I said I need to get something out now. So here's basic page. It created the header, Paul Wharton in photography. Here's the home, about me, portfolio, blog, and contact me. And then it also put down in the footer down here the copyright information and my information there. Now, here's the buttons on the side. They are 1/5 of the viewing screen. And when I click on it, I entered my text here into the appropriate fields, formatted it for paragraph style, and boom, I now have something that I can use on the web, which I am using. I just have to, I want to make it a little fancier over time, but that's rude crude and got the thing up and running in no time. Just a couple hours of work here, and we were able to have a usable page. And look at this. These buttons all actually work. So I have the about me. I said create a portfolio, and in the portfolio I want my pictures not to be oversized to where they don't fit the screen. I want to be able to see my pictures on the screen. I said give it a slideshow format. So it created a slideshow format, gave me the arrows on either side so I can manually go through the slides. So yes, I can manually click on these arrows and it's going to take me to the next slide. I got probably about 10 different slides in here, and these are all my pictures that I've taken over time. But it literally, the pictures fit these screens and it's perfect. It's a lot better than I could do by sitting there trying to figure this out in a book. Yes, I am learning HTML. Am I to this level of HTML yet? No, not quite. So it was a great opportunity for me to jump forward and say, I want to create this, and I'll learn it over time. But I need something working now. So AI was perfect for creating a website, then get me up and running now. So lots of pictures in here. And it's my slideshow. And I can add more pictures when I want, or take pictures out as time goes on. And I think we're probably getting close to the end. There we go. Now, I do have a blog button here. Nothing in there. But I said this is for future use. Because I'm still, as I said, this page is still a work in progress. And so is Contact Me. Contact Me is for future use. But About Me and my portfolio are here. So now I can get people looking at my portfolio and hopefully maybe drum up some business here and there. At least give people an idea of what I do in my business. So we where is my? I'm going to go down to this folder down here, and I'm going to actually open up my file here. Where's my web page? I lost the web page. I was actually the CSS, the actual files for this website. Here we go. So here's my HTML. Let's open that with. Oh, come on. Something froze up here. As I said, that's what I like about live. Live is live, and Sometimes it messes up on you. I'm going to see if I can open this up in LibreOffice. Nope, that is my old website. Same type of thing. Okay, well, I can't find it at the moment. But, you know, one of the things I wanted to jump in and do tonight was see if we could just create a basic, simple website. So I am going to take on and open up, let's see, we're going to launch a notepad. You know what, and I bet I saved the file on my Linux system. We don't want you guys with that. I don't like it when they do that to me. Okay, so here we go. I am going to create a save as. This is going to be an index .html, and we are going to save that. Let's save that to documents, just so we can find it. I don't have too many things in documents right now. Save that to documents. We're going to create a new file here. We are going to save as style.css, and we are going to save that to documents, and we are going to create one more file, and that is going to be save as not style, what was the other term I was looking for? I'll just put function down for now. Function.js, because that's really what we're doing with JS, is giving it some functionality. So we've got our three documents here. We'll go over to our folder that we have them saved in. Here's the documents folder. We have the three pages that we are looking for to get the website started. So let's create a basic website, and we're just going to do that using these programs that we just created here. Open with, and I don't know why I shut. I don't know why I closed my documents that I was had. Notepad, come on, Notepad. Here we go. We're back again. We will not close you. So, in order to create this, I was like, okay, I have the Python program here, so we'll just program in Python. So, no, it actually will program as I need it to. We're going to jump in here. I don't want you hiding behind me, which is good. I am going to expand that just to the edge of me there. I need to work on my graphics a little bit there. So let's create a website. Create a website that has a header, let's do a sidebar just like I did before. A body and a footer. Just because I know what I'm looking for here, the right sidebar should only use 1/5 of the screen width. Let's see, in the header should say test web. Website. The sidebar should have, let's put, I'm going to want 10 different buttons. Python is going to think. Just give it a, let's start by breaking down your request into clear development plan. So it wants to create a plan. Website structure, header, sidebar, body, content area, development plan, HTML structure, CSS styling, and responsive design consideration. So here it is, writing my code for me. And he even adds little instructions there. As I said, repeating foot content. Now it's doing a CSS. Kind of giving it some style. And then finally, well, okay, gave me the CSS and HTML. I'm going to copy the code. We are going to drop that code into my HTML page. So here we go. Grab the wrong window. Come on, come on, come on, come on, wherever you are. So I dropped the HTML into that page there. We are going to come down here to the copy the styling. We are going to enter that in right here, hit paste, and we've got now an HTML document and a CSS styling page. Now if I go back here and I look, okay, we've got style sheet, the style sheet is connected, so there we go, href style sheet, it is connected, so it's connected my style sheet because I've named correctly. It's put in the buttons here, so let's see what we can do. I am going to hit save, Control S again, so everything should be saved. Let us take this, we're going to come to a browser. Let's grab this browser right here. And here is the moment of truth. HTML document. Hold it right up here. Enter. Test website. Less than spectacular. But we didn't really give it a lot of commands and say, huh. We wanted a sidebar. We told it to give it a sidebar. Okay, we got buttons on the sidebar here. They are functioning buttons, not 10 of them. And we have the test website in the title, in the header here. We didn't signify anything for the footer. Let me just, to help clarify the footers, headers, and everything, header background color should be, let's just do red. Sidebar background should be blue. Body color let's say we'll leave that white. And footer should color, let's see, background. Green. Let's just do that. So I think we've got blue, red, green, and a white. Background. Okay, let's hit this again. So it's going to think a little bit. We are going to add some coloring in here, so it's going to just really update the CSS, because Java, the HTML really does not affect these stylings. This is a styling we're adding to this. So I am going to take my style sheet here, and it's kind of telling me what it did here. I'm going to go back up here. You notice the code is a lot longer now. It's adding more and more code in here. So I'm going to copy this code. We're going to bring this back over to our screen here. We're going to bring this back up so you guys can see it a little bit. I am going to select all, and we are going to paste in the new CSS that was created. Let's hit save. So we've got all that there. We are going to go back to the website and hope for the best. Let's see. Everything's a little bigger, but it did not take it. Did I hit save on everything? Control S, Control S, Control S. So this time we're having a little bit of difficulty. Okay, creating me some buttons and all this stuff like that, but apparently it did not understand exactly what I am looking for here. I mean, let me say to create 10 buttons for sure. So I just told it to create those 10 buttons in the sidebar, you know. And this is what I like about live. I love live because not everything works out the way you want it every time. Sometimes it takes a while. So you watch other shows, you're going to see quick, refined, you're not going to see the process. And sometimes the process can be annoying, and sometimes you don't get exactly what you want. But I think we can get there. I'm not going to be here obviously for 10 hours trying to do this, but this is something that you can sit here and do once you learn the prompts and everything, the proper prompts to get this to work. You're going to be able to create some websites and create some things on your own. Now, one thing I've been working on for my employer is a in and out board. Okay, who's in the office, who's out of the office, who's at a different location, who's on vacation. So I am actually creating that. I am going to use ChatGPT with Python here to this Python emulator here to Python AI to create it. And we are going to have ourselves in an out board hopefully next week. So maybe I will be able to review that with you guys next week. And yes, I said next week. I will be doing this as a weekly show. So right here it created 10 buttons for my sidebar, but you notice it didn't create all that extra CSS and HTML. So I can copy the code. I'm going to bring up my notepad here, and I am going to find where, right here. This should be it right here. We're just going to install it. Now you notice I got to do a little bit of formatting. We're going to format, and yes, using a notepad like this, we've got, I see one of the things, reasons why, well, I wouldn't say it's the reason why it's not working. But it, let me see here. Okay. File, save. I'm just going to save all right now. We're going to reload the page, and there's the 10 buttons. I didn't have to script any of it. Now I've got 10 buttons on my side here. So we have our website header and 10 buttons, and nothing in the footer. I can go in here and I can make changes myself, but you know, what would be the fun of that? I could add, I could add some text on here, let's go in here and we'll just put in we'll put in a paragraph. And if I renew my page here, there it is, my footer. Here's my header, my buttons, my footer. This is the body. So yes, my buttons aren't floating all the way across. I didn't put any definition into my body. So you know what? That's probably exactly it. I would need to create some borders around my header, footer, and body. So let's do that. Let's see if it will do that for me. So this should be a CSS page. So it's going to create this, puts borders around everything. So yep, CSS update. Let me get my style sheet ready to go here. So there's my CSS. Let's copy that. That should be footer, side, main, header. Here we go. Let's just copy all that. I'm going to, I know this would probably mess up some of this code, but what the heck. We don't even need to go with the body. Let's just go header. I'm going to go right here, as I said. Let's take footer on up to header, Control V. Let's hit save. And let's test this out. Oops. The other thing I didn't do was come down here and copy this code. That is more CSS that I need to put in there. And that should go down. Let's just put that at the very bottom down here. Control V. Let's hit save again. No, it's not. Let's see. Control S. So you know what? Live demonstration is not going as well as I wanted it to. And I'll tell you what, I created that other website 100%. 100% using my ChatGPT Python programming. You know, I probably did find some functions that, or some functionality that was a little bit off, so it probably did take me a little bit more time than sitting here doing this. Let's see here. Let me take my original website here. Let's go back to that. Let's see if I can bring that up. I'm going to, let's see, let's bring that into this HTML document. We're just going to go right here, going to go Control V, and we're going to save. And then let's see what that is. There, there we go. So it works, it doesn't work, it takes a little bit of time. But for somebody, you know, as I showed you in the beginning, yeah, okay, it's not working 100% for me right now. And I sat here, but this is what I got from just using this ChatGPT. That's what I love about live. Messes up, you just have to go with it. But I wanted to show you at least you can do this. You don't have to sit there and spend hours and days, and well, you may have to spend hours trying to refine using prompts, but you don't have to learn the whole language. You just have to know how to prompt the system to give you what you want. Now, I could sit here and refine this. It gave me some buttons. It gave me basically what I asked for. What it didn't give me was the framework for the body and the header and footer and all that stuff. Sidebar is in the right place. It was on the fifth of the screen and everything like that. But you know, you're gonna have some winners and you're gonna have some losers. And I think tonight was a loser. I'm going to work with that in-out board coming up soon. Should have that up and working. I'm going to work on that this weekend. I need to have it for about 30 employees. Just a button push. I wanted to have click a button on the row, one of 4 buttons: training, in office, out of office, and vacation. And hopefully it will change the color of the rows. I'll let you know how it goes, and we'll touch bases again next week. And hopefully next week we can have LinkedIn Live up. Join our friends, have our friends join us from LinkedIn, and I can make myself look like a fool on LinkedIn too. Well, my pictures come out good. I've had people want to buy my pictures. My story of Elizabeth on her train ride, her adventures, it turned out good. Somebody suggested I write a book. You never know. This may turn into a business, full-time business. We'll see. You know, we tried this week. We'll get more. We'll get it working. I love this AI stuff because I think it can be very useful. It's done right. It will help automate things. It will help make things better. We just have to get it to that point. We're still learning. AI is a whole new world. Just came up. I mean, it's been around a little bit, but it really came out to the public not that long ago. So, jumping on board, we're going to get it figured out, and we are going to be the experts, aren't we? All right. Well, I'm getting hungry. Starting to run out of water too. I don't know about you. And I may change times. We'll see. Right now, we're just going to keep it on Thursday evenings. Maybe my LinkedIn show will be separate from this. I don't know in the long run. But I wanted to at least try LinkedIn tonight. But we'll get it. Until next week, next Thursday, I hope you have a wonderful week. And we will chat later. Oh, by the way, if you stop by the stream, hit the like button. If you like what you see, hit the dislike button if you don't like it. I don't care. Helps me to understand where you're all coming from. I do it live so you can see my mistakes. See, know that nothing's perfect. And follow by subscribing. That would mean a lot to me. Get some more subscribers on here. And we will see you next week. Take care and have a wonderful week. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.